Hey, what's up, friends? Coffee Wizard here. Today we are going to show you our default brewing recipe. We are using Third Wave's classic light roast profile dissolved into 1 gallon of distilled water. We like to brew most of our coffees at 207 degrees Fahrenheit. This obviously is subject to change depending on the specific offering that we're dealing with. But again, this is just kind of our baseline recipe for new beans that we get in. And 207 tends to be our default temperature. Flower Child's Buncho Station, Ethiopia. It is a honey process coffee. Very sweet. It's very pink, kind of purple fruit forward. Really a bit zesty. And we have been enjoying it. Our ratio we like to use is 16 grams or so of beans to 240 grams of water. So that designates a 15-to-1 ratio, which is a little, fairly heavy in terms of ratios, but it's just what works for us, and we enjoy the cups we get out of it. Our go-to grinder recently has been the 1Z Presso X Ultra, and showing those clicks there, we like to have it set usually 89 or 90 clicks, and that's going to give us a fairly fine grind. This is kind of just our general recipe that we use. And again, it's not a perfect recipe per se for every coffee bean that we come across. But again, it's just meant to kind of be our general catch-all recipe to just kind of get a baseline idea of what we're dealing with when we get a new selection. The Origami M today for the brew. And the filter in there is a Cafec Abaca. Now our technically first pour is going to be the bloom, and we usually go with what we call the 40-40 bloom, meaning we will bloom to about 40 grams water in the bed, and we will usually let this bloom occur for 40 to 45 seconds. So now after the bloom, what is technically our first real pour, we like to go up to 160, 170 grams on this first pour. We like to kind of give the grounds a bit of a head start and really, really saturate them. It almost kind of generates this sort of brief immersion sort of brew occurring in the bed as it is drawing out. And we will usually rest this first pour. We'll usually let it go up to between 1:50 and like 2:15. And we will let our final pour draw down and rest. We usually aim for between like 3:15 and 3:30 final brew time. All right, guys, and that's about all there is to it. This is by no means a recipe for every bag of coffee, but it is our default brew that we go to for most selections and usually most new offerings that we get in. So I hope you guys enjoyed our first YouTube video. We will be doing a lot of different content on here. We're going to be posting full-length coffee reviews on here from now on, and other taste tests, brewing experiments, etc. Stay tuned and make sure you subscribe.